thought.
Yeah, you know when they say if someone starts glowing as soon as you leave that relationship, that means that person was the problem. I'm telling you, as soon as I left the relationship, I'm not being, without being sounding big headed, I was on fire.
Oh,
my style, the way I was dressed was changed. To be honest, basically I would suppress my personality for my ex. He didn't like the fact that I was so friendly and bubbly, was happy. He was a bit of a... He was quite miserable, basically. But anyway, so after I left him, I decided I want to wear whatever I want now. Because he didn't like it when... One time he said to me, I was looking on Pretty Little Thing, looking at dresses, and he goes to me, why do you always look at bodycon dresses, figure-hugging dresses?
But they're hot.
Yeah, and he was like...
Jumper dress is, like, sexy as fuck. I'm just going to put it out there. My favourite type. Like,
jumper dress?
Yeah, like, like when they get all, like, sort of... And it's, like, hugs the figure. And
it's bodycon dresses,
like, it's all I can do, not just...
Yeah, and then he goes to me, are you that insecure? You're trying to get attention?
That's not insecure.
And I was like... And at the time, I actually questioned myself. I was like, am I really insecure?
Why would you say that to a girl?
Anyway. Were you dressing like that when you met him?
Yeah, I was kind of dressing up like that.
You, and then after a while he's like, all right, stick on a hijab or something. Sorry, is that too far? I don't know if we're allowed to say that. Am I allowed to say? It's my podcast, fuck it. Yeah, like, okay, go on. Okay, so it's more like, like less...
No, I'm always under the impression that if you meet somebody and this is how they dress,
we should accept it.
Yeah. I mean, my missus is
well, he didn't meet me with, like, wearing dresses. He did meet me where I was wearing, like, tight jeans, still tight top.
Yeah, like
but I remember in the beginning he did say to me, you don't always have to dress up, you can just be more casual.
But it's nice,
so because of that, I sort of like decided, okay, you know what, maybe I can be more casual.
That sounds kind of nice as well, the way.
Yeah,
in a way.
But then afterwards I guess he was just projecting insecurity into me. Anyway, so that was that. So after I left him, I decided I'm going to wear whatever I like. And then I started going out more. I was like as if I got released out of prison.
Wow.
I was like going out every single weekend. Like summertime was like literally out, like partying with my best friend, all of that, and going carnival and things like that.
Oh, that's
great.
Were you not doing that with him? Like, like going out and stuff?
No, he didn't like
you
going
just wanted
out.
to stay in? Oh, that's the worst, because you want to have a good, like, Friday night is staying in night.
If I went out
Saturday, let's go out.
Yeah.
Fun.
If I went out with him, if we went clubbing together,
Sleep. Okay.
If we went out together clubbing, he would be there like a bouncer.
Oh, fuck.
He would just stand there, like, just looking around.
That's toxic masculinity there, because it's like...
Yeah.
Was he was anxious because of the environment, or was he just trying to make sure that no guy looked at you and then start a fight?
I don't know. Maybe both, but yeah, and that... so he was just... I don't want to say he's all bad, because he obviously
you wouldn't fall in love with someone who was all bad.
And plus he introduced me to fitness. You know what I'm saying? But there's a lot of thing that I had to suppress my personality for him. I did my life for him.
And you didn't have a red one.
Emotional.
Sorry, couldn't help it. I was watching something about. Never mind. Like, my YouTube wanderings have been quite something this week, and I'm like, So I was looking up. Yeah, but I wasn't looking up prostitutes. Jesus Christ, every time. Sorry.
Are you sure?
Ironically, actually, I met my girlfriend. She's an Eastern European girl who happened to have just moved into my area, and I told my mum that. I was like, yeah, this is really hot Eastern European girl who just moved into our area, and now she wants to go on a date with me. And my mum was like, are you sure? And I was like, it turns out she's absolutely lovely. But yeah, go on, sorry. I love that joke. I wrote it the other day.
Are you a comedian?
I wish. No, I don't have the balls. I've written like all the scripts and stuff, but
You've done one gig.
Yeah?
Yeah.
How long did you last?
I lasted 5 minutes. I actually got the best laugh of the night, actually. It was my first go, and I mean, I want to do it. I do, but I've always been, it's one of those things I'm always a bit frightened about. I don't know, there's that block.
Just do it.
I've done everything. People keep telling me I should, but it's that little part of my back of my head. I'm not scared of it. Yeah. I'm not scared to get on stage. It's more the admin. It's more, I don't want to book gigs in advance because I don't have a sense of time, anything that goes further than 3 months ahead. Like, I won't book flights, for example. Like, our mate Stu's had to do it for me. Not because I'm incapable of doing it, but it's one of those things where it's like, I can't imagine more than 3 weeks ahead, and that's how I do my diary, kind of.
But you've travelled the world. You lived in abroad. How have you not planned ahead?
My mum is a saint. I did, but a lot of it is, because my mum would always book our holidays, and that's kind of like, so I didn't actually book my first flight until I was about, 18, 19? Didn't have to, because my mum would be like, oh, I'll find a deal. And then she'd be there for 2 hours.
But you lived in like Indonesia and all that.
Oh, yeah, I did that.
Really?
Yeah,
for how long?
3 years.
for
between 20 when I was 24, 23. I went out when I was 23. I came back on the eve of Brexit. So I would have been about 26 at that point, and it was amazing. In fact, I was just chatting. I've got a friend of mine coming over from Indo at the end of next month, and I'm really excited. She's one of the other teachers, and she was like vicious.
What's she doing out there? Teaching?
She's a teacher. I was teaching English.
Okay.
It's a foreign language, but realistically, I just wanted to get away from a very toxic relationship, and the girl wouldn't leave me alone. So I needed a complcomplete change of scenery because it was a lot of drama and it was too much.
Country.
Yeah, so I went to the other side of the world. I completely changed my environment. I was the only white guy for about a square. I think it was about 10 white guys per square mile.
Oh, they must have loved you there, innit?
Oh, yeah, they really liked us.
Did they take pictures of you?
Yeah. It was great fun. It was like, I was actually loving it. I used to do the ego walk. I think I've talked about this before on the podcast, but the ego walk was where we would go through a strip mall to get to. There was like a little flea market kind of area, and they had all these little stalls.
Yeah.
And as I'd walk along, they were quite shy. Like these girls were all quite shy, and and they would like lean out and go, "You handsome mister," and then hide again, And so as you walk down this row, you just hear all these little compliments, and I tell you what, every time I had a bad day at work, I'd walk through there, and it was just the nicest feeling because you come out and be like, "I am valuable," and and then you go home, and your mate gives you a beer, and it's like, today was a good day after all. And it's just it's little things like that. But sometimes some of the guys didn't like being stared at all the time. But at the end of the day, and admittedly, I did miss pork, bacon, wine. And
It's just a country, innit?
Yeah, and they made it. And one of the reasons I left was because they started banning beer and condoms. Actually, they banned condoms.
What?
It's religious. It's the most Muslim country in the world by populace, and the political system is very much like we used to have in the old days, like in the Tudor times, where the church has a lot of power.
Right.
So if the imam would basically say, politicians would bribe the imam would say, okay, you bribe me 100 million, for example, which is about 10 grand, and I will I will make sure that the congregation vote for you. But then this other guy gave him 105 million, so the bloke lost. So the politician my friend knew lost the 100 million anyway. And then the imam just raked in both. So 100 million from one and 105 from the other guy. And the other guy gets the vote from the entire congregation. Therefore, he became the senior politician, which was quite something. He won the election. I'm not saying like a general election, but that's kind of corruption that goes on. But if the imams and stuff have all the rules, they can then, it's not Sharia law or anything extreme. It is in Aceh, which is in the north. But in general, there was a lot of religious influence on things, and I think they were kind of keen to keep that Islamic culture within themselves, which is great, and I do envy them their religion in many regards. But there were some decisions made that were a bit stupid, like on a motorbike you could go with like a little religious hat. If you had a helmet, if you didn't wear a helmet, that was against the law. But if you were wearing their little religious hat or hijab, then the assumption was that God was going to protect you.
Oh my God!
So therefore, you'd end up with lots of road deaths because there's a lot of all the school and everyone's on little motorbikes. They're all on little mopeds. I used to have one as well, and they drive like they're driving out there. You never go beyond 40 miles an hour because it's. Sorry, I'm rambling now, but it's
You've gone off point.
Yeah. Oh God, I've
Pop
gone off
off
point.
point.
Oh no. Right, we were talking about you. You're the subject, not me. Fuck. Done it again, Marlon. I've done it again. But yeah, beautiful country. Miss it very much. But yeah, I used to be a teacher, and it's the answer. I think to the question that I asked myself. Anyway, where were we with your story? So we can just cut all of that shit. What we say? Oh yeah, so you went from this 9-year relationship to this, and then you kind of found that you were a bit more lively. Because you said before though that that female empowerment isn't just about going out. After a breakup, but actually kind of that more the gravity behind learning yourself and kind of doing the work, so to speak. What was that work like for you?
Well, to be honest, I never grieved the fact that I left this 9-year relationship because do you know what it is? Yeah. With women, we are already mentally prepared to leave the guy like months before.
My girlfriend's already in that position.
I actually was ready like about 3 months, not 6 months, 3 months prior to the breakup. I was like, oh, you know what? I'm done. Like, he's not making any effort anymore. It's just long. We've been back and forth about this. He's not. He's gone. We always go back to square one after I complain. Blah blah. Anyway, but you know what it is? I'll admit this is because I started working at a gym. I started working full time at a gym as a PT, and I started getting more attention at the gym. And I'm thinking, why is my man not giving me the attention? These guys are giving me attention. Although I do make it clear that I have a man.
Get a bit jealous about that. Like, yeah.
And so I was just like, anyway. So I did make it clear to these people, like, always mention my boyfriend, like, not saying, my boyfriend. I do mention, like, bring up my boyfriend, like that, boyfriend at the time, saying, blah, 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 so they know what I'm taking.
You lay down that, I'm happy with this guy. Like,
but eventually there was this guy there that giving me more attention like that, and then I started fancying him. Oh no! And then one time,
did you tell your boyfriend not to worry about him?
No, but he doesn't. He does not know anything about him. Ooh. Anyway, so
he does now.
If you watched, and then this guy basically was like always coming and chat to me, asked me to go lunch with him, blah blah, and I was like, okay, I accepted it. So anyway, and eventually he asked me about my situation. I was like, you know what, listen, I'm gonna lie, I've got a boyfriend, blah blah. And he goes, okay, cool, but now this is where the red flag is. He did not care.
That's a flag.
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
A big flag. If he doesn't have the respect for you, because you've set down a boundary by saying that I'm, I don't want you to go over the friendship mark, and he's like, cool, and keeps going for it.
Yeah, and then
everyone hates those.
And then you know what? But then I gave in, and I cheated on him.